गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन। सुबह सुबह संडे मॉर्निंग हम क्या कर रहे हैं? बहुत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट टास्क कर रहे हैं। जल्दी जल्दी उठ के वी आर ऑल हियर। थैंक यू फॉर बीइंग हियर एंड थैंक यू फॉर गिविंग अस योर अटेंशन। थोड़ा अटेंशन लगेगा, जैसे अभी राधिका मैम ने बोला, बहुत इंफॉर्मेशन है। बट जैसे प्रियंका मैम ने पहले ही बताया कि हमारी जिंदगी बहुत सिंपल थी। मैं हमेशा मेरे हस्बैंड को बोलती हूँ कि बहुत सिंपल जिंदगी थी। जस्ट पिज्जा इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ था, एंड वो पिज्जा भी डोमिनोज वगैरह कुछ नहीं था। सो वेरी सिंपल, यू गॉट समथिंग न्यू, यू वुड एक्सप्लोर इट, बट देयर वर जस्ट वन और टू न्यू थिंग्स। कलर टीवी तो खैर आ चुका था, लेकिन स्टार टीवी जस्ट शुरू हुआ था जब मैं कॉलेज में थी, और हमको हमारी मम्मी के परमिशन लेने पड़ते थे अगर स्टार टीवी देखना है। सो बट फॉर यू ऑल लाइफ इज सो डिफरेंट। बहुत सारी चीजें, इन अ वे इट्स वेरी स्ट्रेसफुल, नो। बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, इसका प्लस भी है और माइनस भी है कि बहुत सारी चीजें भी है। सो you can explore so many more things other than just typical art, science, commerce careers. So what we are going to do now is, between me and Radhika, we are going to tell you all the career options available in the arts, commerce, science, and what is called as a non-stream specific courses. So dear students, about 20 years back, one big great thing happened in the education sector is that there were now courses being introduced which were not from any stream. So you could be from any stream and yet choose those careers. So that has become a very big plus point for all of y'all. So what we are going to do now is, first we are going to start with the science stream. There's a lot of information. There might be a little bit of confusion also. I understand that, because not just stream selection, you have something called as a board selection also. Can everybody view my screen?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so we'll have the interactive session after the end of all the 4 parts. So now you have to be prepared for 4 parts: science, arts, commerce, and non-stream. So don't tune out even if you're not going to choose that stream, because there's so many career options and you must be at least aware of those options. Okay, so how many here, how many of us here interested in science as a career? You can just raise your hand. Let's make this a little interactive. So subah ki neend chali jayegi. Yeah, okay. So we have 3, 4. Okay. How many are okay? More participants. Okay, great. Wow. So you've gone the technological way. I asked you all to do this and you all use tech. So great. Very nice. Okay. So we have some part of the thing. And how many of us interested in commerce? Okay. And arts? Okay. So accordingly, I'm going to allot time. So just go through all the options, and non-stream specific options should be seen by all. Okay. So students, earlier, what was the trend? That after you finished your 10th standard, okay, you would choose a stream. Now there is one more thought in this. We have now gone to different boards. Some of us are in state boards, some of us have gone to ICSE board, some of us who are in CBSE board, and some of us have even taken up the international boards. So if you have to do 11th and 12th, what board to choose and what stream to choose is the first step that you have to decide. Okay, so let's just see. So this is our typical, this is our state board. So after your 10th standard, you can be from any board. You can opt for the state board, also known as the HSC. Okay, so state board has all the 3 typical streams: science, commerce, and arts. So these are the different subjects under science, commerce, and arts. Okay, then we have the CBSE board. Okay, so similarly, the CBSE board also has three streams: science, commerce, and arts, and different subjects to choose from here. So these subjects that you choose here in the 11th and 12th are very important, because many of the times what option you choose at your undergrad level, that is after your 12th का course, ये subjects बहुत important हो जाते हैं. जैसे कि आपको engineering जाना है, तो आपको PCM यानी फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री, मैथमेटिक्स चूज करना ही पड़ेगा, या तो फिर आप मेडिकल करना चाहते हैं तो आपको बायो इंपॉर्टेंट है. सो ऐसे ही जो लोग अकाउंटेंसी देखना चाहते हैं, दोज हु वांट टू गो इनटू कंपनी सेक्रेटरी, For them, commerce is a preferred stream, and those who are looking at the humanities stream, the typical subjects are history, geography, psychology, economics, etc. Okay, so then we have the national boards, that's the ICSE. Okay, we have the IBDP. So a lot of questions here. I want to go for IBDP. Should I go for it or not? Yes, the IBDP is a foreign board, okay, international baccalaureate program. And the most important thing is it's a very different course compared to our 11th and 12th. So the general advice that I give is if you are looking to crack any all India level entrance exam, especially like the NEET or the JEE mains, I do not suggest that you all opt for the IB program, only and only being that it's a very exhaustive program. Exhaustive है ये 11th and 12th. As you can see, हमने इधर काफी इसमें डिटेल्स डाले हुए हैं, जैसे कि डीपी कोर है, थ्योरी ऑफ नॉलेज है, एक एक्सटेंडेड ऐसे लिखनी है. तो आपको अगर आपके एंट्रेंस एग्जाम पे कंसंट्रेट करना है तो ये दोनों बैलेंस करने के लिए काफी टफ हो जाता है. लेकिन अगर आपके माइंड में तय है कि आप कोई डीम्ड यूनिवर्सिटी इन इंडिया जाने वाले हो, या यू आर गोइंग टू लुक एट फॉरेन एजुकेशन in the UK or in America or Canada or New Zealand or Australia, the IBDP program is very suitable for it. Please also note that the IBDP program is extremely costly. So like a typical HSC junior college will cost you something like 20,000 rupees per year. The IB diploma will cost you between 5 to 6 lakhs, depending on which kind of IB school you choose. So IB diploma programs are generally available in different international schools. Regular local colleges do not host the IB diploma or the A levels. Okay, so I'm going to come to the A levels, which is the Cambridge board. So a lot of us are studying the IGCSE program, and for them, Cambridge A levels and AS levels become the next A levels become the next point of contact. Again, it's a very good board to choose from. You're getting a exposure to all these different subjects in a very exhaustive way. Again, put into point whether you want to appear for any entrance exam and how you would be, balancing this. So that's a very important consideration you have to take. So just a quick recap के लिए आपको stream select करना है और आपको board select करना है. लेकिन ये बहुत important decision based है या कोरिलेटेड है आपके 12th स्टैंडर्ड के बाद आपको क्या करना है इस पे. सो वंस आपके माइंड में है कि मुझे इंजीनियरिंग जाना है, मुझे डिजाइनिंग जाना है, मुझे ह्यूमैनिटीज परस्यू करना है, उस हिसाब से आप स्ट्रीम सिलेक्ट कर सकते हैं. बोर्ड कैन बी board decision can depend on a lot of things. Whether you want to go abroad, whether you want to give an whether you want to give a entrance exam, whether you want to, so these two things will influence which board you take. Generally, CBSE board 11th and 12th is again based in school. Same with ISC. If you want the HSC board, जैसे आपको मालूम है, यह एक centralized admission system है, जो आपको ऑनलाइन, आजकल ऑनलाइन पोर्टल खुलता है 12th स्टैंडर्ड के 10th स्टैंडर्ड के रिजल्ट्स के बाद, और आपको ये सेंट्रलाइज प्रोसेस करने हैं, जहां पे आपको अलग अलग मेरिट लिस्ट आएंगे और मेरिट लिस्ट और कॉलेज विल बी मैच्ड एंड देन यू विल गेट अ सीट. So a lot of students are actually finding this a very stressful part, and so if they are in CBSE school or ICSE school, they prefer to take up 11th and 12th, which is also junior college, in the same school, so that they do not have to undergo the stress of waiting for a seat and getting a seat match. So I hope there has been some clarity on this. Let's move ahead. Okay, so these are some international exams which we are just now. So here goes, choose a stream, very important. We have our 3 typical streams: arts, commerce and science stream. We also have home science, and we also have engineering diplomas that we can go after 10th. Okay, now I'm going to be focusing on science for now. So if you take up the science stream, you have PCMB as your main 4 subjects, of which maths and biology are either or you can take all 4, or you can take maths and drop bio, or you can take bio and drop maths. Now, when do we do this? If you're planning to take up, you're very clear in your mind that you do not want to go for any bio-based careers, you can drop biology and focus on PCM. However, if you're keen on bio-based careers and you're planning to appear for NEET, then you have two options. One option is, especially if you're planning to take up NEET, which is a medical entrance test, do not take maths. It becomes very taxing for you to do PCMB plus bio, plus NEET. But if you are going to take up any of the BSc based courses and you are not appearing for the NEET exam, then I can recommend that you can take up PCMB. Reason being, if you take up maths will keep many other options open, like BSc Computer Science open for you all. Secondly, if you are looking at pursuing any kind of bioanalytical sciences, which is a combination of biology with mathematics. Okay, so these are known as bioanalytical sciences, which is a newly introduced course. Then please opt for PCMB. Okay, the rest of the subjects are compulsory. That is English, health and physical education, and environment education are compulsory. Okay, so this is the bifocal stream. So bifocal stream, you get to drop bio, you take maths, you get to drop the second language, and this becomes a less stressful thing. Now, those who are opting for NEET or JEE mains, you all also are nowadays opting for something known as integrated. What is integrated? Integrated is basically your HSC board, the bifocal stream. Okay, that is, you will be given only those subjects that you're interested in amongst these, and you will be completely focusing on engineering entrance exams or medical entrance exams as per your choice. So this is what integrated is, where you are not going to go to regular junior college, but your focus is going to be on the entrance exams, and HSC is going to be just part of it. So again, this has to be a thought through और सोच समझ के किया हुआ decision. इसका प्लस पॉइंट ऐसे है बिकॉज मुझे हर साल बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस आते हैं कि इंटीग्रेटेड लेना चाहिए कि नहीं. इसमें प्लसेस और माइनसेस है. प्लस ये है कि आपको पूरा फोकस आपके एंट्रेंस एग्जाम पे होता है, स्पेशली अगर आप एसएससी बोर्ड से है और आपको नीट की पढ़ाई करनी है या जेई मेंस की पढ़ाई करनी है, जो प्रिडोमिनेंटली सीबीएसई बेस्ड करिकुलम है, टफ करिकुलम है, तो आप पूरे फोकस कर सकते हो. ये कॉलेज आपको बिगेस्ट कॉन ऐसा है कि आपको जूनियर कॉलेज एक्सपीरियंस करने को नहीं मिलेगी. ओके, जो लोग स्कूल में जाते हैं, who stay back into school, CBSE or ISC, their plus point is that they stay back in school, they have a structured thing, they do not have stress of finding a seat and the merit list, etc. But they also have to do all school based compliances. So many students find that to be very time consuming, and they prefer to they get less time to prepare. However, this is a personal choice whether you want to take up integrated, whether you want to go to junior college HSC, or whether you want to stay back in school and do your 11th and 12th. So again, इस हर इसमें एक pros and cons है जो आप सोच समझ के कीजिए. Costs भी इसमें काफी है. Basically 12th standard is costly because not for the course so much but for the tuition. So ये सब सोच समझ के आप decision लीजिए, इसलिए आपको मैंने सब points बता दिए हैं. Okay, so this is commerce stream. So I'll not go into this just now. I will focus on the science stream, which is very exhaustive and बहुत सारे options and बहुत सारे entrance tests. Okay, so first I'm going to focus on कि ये हमारा PCM है. Remember, ये हमारा PCM वाला group है, physics, chemistry and maths. These three subjects are mandatory if you want to go in for any of these. Okay, I will now walk you through each one in detail. So पहला ऐसा है engineering. सबसे पॉपुलर आज भी engineering option है. हमारे पास 100+ engineering specializations are available. I'm just putting out a few names here. However, if you see these in purple, these are core engineering streams, which means ये streams करने से आप कौन से भी दूसरे engineering sector में जा सकते हैं, कौन से भी दूसरे field में जा सकते हैं. For example, if you're a computer engineer, you could still enter into the aerospace field. Or if you're a mechanical engineer, you could still get on to become a mechanical engineer on a ship. Okay, so these are the core engineering streams. These have withstood the test of time. इनमें आपको जॉब 100% मिलेगा, इसीलिए फोकसिंग ऑन कोर इंजीनियरिंग स्ट्रीम्स. सो फॉर एग्जांपल मैं एक बात बताती हूँ इसकी ऑटोमोबाइल इंजीनियरिंग की. सो मेरे पास एक लड़का आया था ऑटोमोबाइल इंजीनियरिंग के लिए. नाउ देयर आर वेरी फ्यू डिग्री कॉलेजेस इन ऑटोमोबाइल इंजीनियरिंग. सो जनरली स्टूडेंट्स टेक अप द डिप्लोमा डिग्री रूट. Now, if you do not want to do that, you can also take up mechanical engineering and from there get into a master's in automobile engineering. So that is why the core engineering streams are very important. So quickly looking at engineering in detail, entry points. First entry point hai, after 10th, you all can take up engineering diploma, which is 3 years. And thereafter, remember diplomas in our country are equivalent to almost 12th standard. So you will not be it will not be a graduate degree, and our country education system insists on graduation education. Very important, students, note this. Graduate studies are very important if you wish to procure any kind of postgraduate studies further, and for a variety of other reasons. Nowadays the job market is stressing on a minimum graduation. So if you decide that you want to do diploma, a very good option and very good sub options available to it, you will get lateral entry to the second year degree program of any engineering course via an entrance exam. So that is what you all can do. This is the lateral entry that we can do. Sorry, just a second. So this is one route. Second route is newly introduced 5-year integrated diploma degree engineering program. This is available in Mukesh Patel in Mumbai. Okay, so in Mumbai, Mukesh Patel Institute of Engineering and Technology gives you the 5-year integrated program, which means from diploma you go to second year degree without entrance test. If you take up diploma degree route in the regular government colleges, you will have to appear for CET for that lateral entry. So remember that. Then is the classic way, that is the 10+2 with PCM. So you go for 11th and 12th PCM. After that, you have to give entrance exams to get into college of your choice. So the most important now is the JEE mains, okay, which is an all India level entrance test, which is also the stepping stone to going into the IITs. Now in JEE mains, students across India give it, and there is an all India list and a state list which is generated. So through the JEE mains, you can also get admission to state engineering colleges. Every state has engineering colleges, so which are given a ranking. So you can go into the state level and engineering colleges, as well as you can look at the all India level. If you are not so JEE mains is completely based on CBSE curriculum. It is tough. It needs hard work, and there are 2 attempts to the JEE mains which you can do, which is very wonderful. The first one and you can take the best of the 2 and advance it for your admissions. Along with JEE mains, there are many other entrance tests that you can opt for. For example, you have BITSAT, you have a state level test. So for example, we have Maharashtra CET, which will give you admission to only Maharashtra engineering colleges. The good part is it is based on HSC curriculum, so a lot easier and no negative marking. So many students opt for state level entrance, but then you will not get admission to prestigious all India level institutes. So this is again a choice point. In the last 15-17 years, deemed universities or private engineering and other colleges have emerged with huge campuses, very fancy campuses, very flexible courses where you can learn a lot. So top among them is Vellore Institute of Technology, Chennai. You have Manipal Institute, and you have SRM. So there are many more. There's a whole list of them, but these are very prominent and students opt for it. So you can also look at preparing for JEE mains, and along with JEE mains are BITSAT, Birla Institute of Technology, jinke 4 campuses hai, Pilani, Ranchi, Goa, Hyderabad and Dubai, 5 in fact. इनके लिए आप अप्लाई कर सकते हैं, ये बहुत प्रेस्टिजियस है. दे आर सेकंड अंडर टू ओनली IITs. सो ये आप और एक कर सकते हो कि JEE मेंस के साथ आप BITSAT कर सकते हो, स्टेट लेवल एंट्रेंस कर सकते हो. यू कैन ऑल्सो चूज फॉर private ends. Why are we giving so many entrance exams? Because we want to go to a top tier college, which will give us good placements, which will give us good faculty, and which will give us good campus. So आजकल ये बहुत important हो गया है, and इसके लिए people are now slowly becoming open to private engineering courses in deemed universities. Note students, private engineering colleges are double the cost of what a government engineering course will cost. Okay, those who wish to look at IITs, the famous IITs, you will have to crack the mains. You will have to get a particular score on it, score 75% in your board exam, and then you will qualify for the advanced. Okay, so now these are our 100 so popular engineering branches these days. What is very hot is machine learning and AI. There's robotics. There is AI and machine learning is one of the most popular options, and it is now being offered at an undergrad level as a specialization. Okay, so what other ones have also been listed here. Okay, same thing. Okay, this is not 4 attempts. 4 attempts were only during the pandemic. These are now only 2 attempts. You need 75% marks in class 12, and you can be eligible for. So you have to only 1,80,000. So please note, very important, about 10 se 12 lakh students appear for JEE mains, out of which only 1,80,000 are considered for JEE advanced. And most importantly, there are only 16,000 seats in 23 IITs across India. So make note of that, please. If you're aspiring to be an IITian, you will have to put in a lot of effort, a lot of focus, sustained effort and focus right up to the entrance exam. Okay. Yes. Sure. Let's move ahead. I will take your questions later. Okay. So generally JEE, I'm going to skip this. Top engineering institutes, okay, which require JEE advanced, 23 IITs, IISc Bangalore, ISERS, Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology. Okay. Now let's look at this. 23 IITs, 26 triple ITs, Indian Institute of Information Technologies, and National Institute of Technologies. Okay, so NITs. So here is what is required for them. So start doing your research. Students, make note of all things that seem important. Remember, you have to back it up with your own research. The internet is full of research. Please do your own research before you start putting your plan in place. Okay, so I've done a quick thing for you. These are the top ones with how many seats available in each of them. So just make your calculations about what you need to score, what kind of AIRs, all India ranks you need to qualify for these top level institutes, which are going to give you the top level placements, good salaries, great campuses, great research opportunities, wonderful faculty, and much more, an entire experience. Let's move ahead. We have a lot to cover. These are some good private institutes which are also very good and which can be considered. Okay, these are some good Mumbai colleges which can be looked at. Okay, so these are the deemed ones. I'm suggesting the deemed ones because the deemed ones are doing well. They have got good rankings and they're relatively easier to get in also. So let's move on to architecture. For those who are interested in architecture, you have 2 ways. Easiest as in the most preferred way is via the NATA exam, National Aptitude Test for Architecture. It's an online test that there's an entire window open for it for almost 1.5 months. So students who have done PCM or a 10+3 diploma with maths are eligible for going into architecture. So there are students who do a 10+3 diploma in civil engineering and then apply for a course in architecture. Architecture is also taught in some of the IITs. So if you're looking at IITs as an option, you will have to opt for a special paper known as paper 2. Okay. These are some top colleges. And then I'm going to go to the next one. That's a very popular option. That's Merchant Navy. Quickly walking you through 3 ways of getting into the Merchant Navy. Remember, friends, Merchant Navy is the merchant or the commercial part of our Navy. It is not, it has nothing to do with our defense forces. Our defense Navy is the Indian Navy and the Coast Guard. These give us defense services. The Merchant Navy is only and only about the commercial services, that is, taking your cargo and things related to that. So you can become a marine engineer, you can go in as an officer, and you can also go in as a deck cadet. Okay, so 10 plus PCM 10+2 is what is required for this BTech nautical sciences course. There are entrance exams for it. You have the IMU CET, you have the All India Merchant Navy entrance exam, and so these are the different Merchant Navy exams. Then let's go to civil aviation. The civil aviation field was very badly hit during the pandemic, but it is slowly gaining back its feet, and we are slowly getting more and more people going back. I think the most exciting one is being a pilot, or you can also be a flight engineer. This is the PCM route, my friends. There are many other jobs in the civil aviation sector, but this is the PCM route. So you can be a pilot, you can be a flight engineer, and you can be an ATC. Okay. I'm going to take up commercial aviation because that's the most popular one, and I have lots of queries about it. PCM, most importantly, or a 3-year diploma in engineering will also do. Okay. Most importantly, you have to crack 6 DGCA exams. The DGCA stands for Directorate General of Civil Aviation exam. 6 of them have to be done. Once you have cracked that, you also need to go for the step 3, one of the toughest steps. That's the radio telephony restricted license exam. This is a tough one. Okay. Most importantly, concurrently, you need to also join a flight school and complete your flying hours. Now that is where the whole expense comes. So roughly, if you're looking for flying hours, which are mandatory, so you need you need to fly for 200 hours to qualify for a commercial pilot's license. It will cost you up to 80 lakhs to 1 crore in India. If you go abroad, it will be a little more than that, about 1.5 to 1.75 crores. Okay. So that is the general route of the commercial aviation thing. And you can choose a flying school. You need a flying school. So just make sure that your flying school is recognized by the DGCA, that is the Directorate General of Civil Aviation. Otherwise, your hours will not be considered valid. Okay, so here are some approved flying school. You can go on the DGCA website. There's a whole list of approved flying schools. So let's move to the Indian Defense Services, the Indian Army, Indian Navy, and Indian Air Force. All 3 can be entered via the 10+2 PCM format by males. And the newest thing is even women are now being considered as entry into the Indian Defense Services at this level. So that's a huge thing that has happened. And we have many girls who can actually look at being officers at this level. Please note, Indian Army non-technical entry scheme can be entered from non-PCM stream also, which means from commerce or arts background. You can remember it's non-technical stream. Okay. So here's a little more details again. Okay. Age limit, general process, written exam, SSB, and medical examination. Okay. Now, other PCM non-engineering options, you can go in for careers in BSc with specializations in biophysics, nuclear physics, astrophysics, geophysics, atomic physics. You can do chemistry-based options in chemical technology, ceramic, paint, food, packaging, drugs, dyes. All these are BSc or BTech programs. Remember, if you're opting for a BTech program, it has to be via the engineering route. The BSc route is via your 10+2 marks. That's your 12th standard marks. You have earth sciences or geology, oceanography, astronomy, and meteorology. And you can also take up BSc maths and stats. Okay. So moving on, as we have a lot of information to cover, And we are already almost done with an hour of, see. So those who have a research bent of mind, you all can look at the 5-year integrated courses in the ICERs. So here are the ICERs, Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, top-notch institutes which are offering BSMS or 5-year integrated programs. Okay, we currently have ICERs in Behrampur, Bhopal, right near home is Pune, Thiruvananthapuram, Tirupati, Mohali, and Kolkata. Admission is via the NEST or the ICER aptitude test. So ICER aptitude test is open now for those who are, you can just go on the ICER's website and check out. The ICERs are very, very prestigious. But if you're going to look at careers in research, in the pure sciences, in physics, in geology, even in the biosciences, please opt for the ICERs. It's an amazing institute to be in. Okay. So lots of questions on space sciences. That's why I put this thing out. So you can, what are routes towards space sciences? Either via aerospace engineering with a BTech in avionics or a BTech in engineering with an MS MTech, engineering physics with an MS in solid state physics, astronomy, earth system science, or an MTech in optical engineering. You can also opt for an MTech in electronics or any of the core engineering streams. Okay. And okay, so we'll go ahead. Top space science institutes. Okay, so computers again. So basically, computers, we have, most important thing is you have two options. Either you offer a BE or a BTech via the engineering route, or there are science, BSc science courses like the BSc Information Technology, Computer Science, and Computer Applications. Remember, students, this is a base. Whatever you wish to do ahead. So, for example, the BTech course will give you a specialization in either mechatronics or AI and machine learning. But the new things that have come up, which can be done as certificate courses or advanced diplomas or masters, could be in cybersecurity, ethical hacking, data science, data analytics, web designing, AI and machine learning. These are the very popular ones that are trending currently and which are going to, as you all know about ChatGPT and AI tools are becoming very, very famous now. And so we have a lot of work being done in AI sector. Okay. Now moving on to PCB sector. Okay. PCB basically is concerned with medical stream and non-medical stream. In the medical stream, you have you have your entire gamut of medical based careers like medicine, dentistry, homeopathy, Ayurvedic medicine, veterinary science. In that, you also have paramedical. All the medicine ones are via the NEET. Okay. Including veterinary science. I always get asked this question, including veterinary science. You have paramedical, physiotherapy, occupational therapy, nursing, speech and audiology. Some courses of nursing are via the NEET, but otherwise some are not. But otherwise, physio, occupational and speech and audiology, which contribute as paramedical services, are via the NEET. Newly opened, last 5 years trending are the paramedical technician BSc courses, lab technology, radiology, optometry, dental technology, cardiac technology, perfusion technology, kidney dialysis technology. All these are 3-year BSc programs hosted by a lot of institutes. Okay. So I'm going to move ahead. These are your same thing. These are our medical entrance tests. The topmost is NEET. The NEET will give you admission to all medical colleges across India. Other than that, you can give the AIMS MBBS for entry to the AIMS, that is the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, or the JIPMER. Okay. The JIPMER is for admission to the Jawaharlal Institute of PG Medical Education. So the NEET and the AIMS is what students opt for. AIMS is harder than the NEET. NEET is one of the top, NEET figures among the top toughest 10 exams in the world. So AIMS is tougher than that also. So the All India pre-veterinary test is no longer available. You will have to opt for the NEET now. So I'm going to not take this up because this is a little old data, but Basically, we have about 1,80,000 seats in all of India for all medical specializations put together. And we have about 16 to 17 lakh students appearing for the NEET every year. So it is that competitive. So dear friends who are considering medicine, kindly have a plan B ready. Plan B could be an alternative career stream. Plan B could also be that after the first attempt of NEET, you take a drop, you pass your 12th, but you take a drop, and that entire next year you focus on preparing for the NEET. So these are the two options available. Private seats are available. I will not say it is not, but they come at a considerable cost. And if you all are willing to pay that, you all can contact private medical colleges for what is called as a management seat, but they will start at about 70 to 80 lakhs per seat. This is barring the regular tuition fee. We will take questions later, and thank you. I can see lots of questions. I'm feeling very happy to see so much engagement and so many questions. So please continue with your questions. We will take them at the end of it. We have reserved a full 30 minutes for questions. So next is pharmacy. Pharmacy has got a lot of importance and impetus after the pandemic. It was one of the industries that stayed rock solid. In fact, they made money, sadly so, but they made money. So either you can opt for a D farm, that's after 10th, which I don't advise unless you all just want to set up, you don't want to really make too much, not have a very glorious career in pharmacy. If you all are very interested in pharmacy, you all are interested in creating molecules, doing drug discovery, research, clinical trials, go in for B farm. Okay, it's relatively easier. You can go in via it. There's a state level entrance test which you can take up. And yes, PCB options. There are students who are considering PCB options, though not in the cities, but in the tier 2 cities, a lot of students consider. This is what forms the agricultural group. All available. Agriculture can be done as a BTech or a BSc both. BTech is more on agricultural engineering. So the focus is more on instrumentation and engineering, and also certain farming practices. Agriculture BSc focuses more on soil, seed, water irrigation, etc. Okay, moving on. So here are your BSc, other BSc majors: microbiology, biochemistry, biotech, forensic sciences, nutrition and dietetics. All these are core courses, can be done at an undergrad level, and later on you all can take up masters of different sorts. You have botany, zoology, life sciences, marine sciences, environmental sciences. Example, you can take up environmental sciences and you can go into corporate social responsibility. You can go into environment conservation. You can go into sustainability management. These are all careers of the future and which are coming up in a very strong way. We now have an MBA in sustainability management, dear students. So, lots of things are happening ahead. So, as students, use your vacations to explore all the different options. There are so many workshops, 2-day workshops. There are treks. There are, there are organizations which are offering a lot of career explorations. Sign up for them and explore what your passion is. Going back to our first section, start connecting to yourself. What do you like to do? What are your interests? Your interests are very important. Can my interest become my career? That is the question you need to ask. And that's how you can start putting all the pieces together. If I want to make it my career, for example, what are my skills? I have very good writing skills. What can I do with my writing skills? What are the courses that I can do? Can I make it my career? How can I enhance it? There are online and offline workshops that you all can do, classes, certifications, which you can do to enhance and skill build. Yes, summer holidays are meant for enjoying, exploring, resting, but they're also meant to, connect more to yourself to find out what you're good at. What can you make into a career? So you have biotechnology, you have bioinformatics, bioanalytical sciences, and food sciences. Okay. Quick, anyone wants to take a picture of this. This is all, the outer circle is all the PG options that you all can do. Okay. So these are the technical diplomas after 10th. whole lot of them. I think somebody asked me on solar power, solar engineering. So yes, there's an entire BTech in solar engineering available. Okay. So ITIs quickly, for those who are not inclined towards engineering diploma degree, but want something very job oriented, we have what we known as ITI courses. Please don't confuse it with IITs. It is industrial training institutes. They are job oriented courses, and certain, they are very job oriented. So these also can be taken up. Okay. So if you all need more information on ITI courses, log on to DVET, this particular website. And so make notes, students. There are government websites for almost all things. Please log on to either dvetgov.in or msbt.in. Radhika, please post it in the chat so students can get these websites. Okay. So home science, a very popular option for many years, which you can take up at the junior college, and at degree college, you can specialize in food, nutrition, and dietetics. One of the most popular forthcoming, trending careers, and which will continue to trend with lifestyle changes happening, lifestyle medications and functional medicine coming in big time into medicine. This is something that you can think of. Okay. So, I'm going to stop share for this moment, and I will now move towards the next section, and that is we will take up questions later. Okay. Just give me a second. I'll be taking up arts. Able to view my screen, I will do a quick walkthrough to those who are interested in studying about the humanities subjects, human beings, behavior, political systems, history of a country. This is something that this stream could be for you. Okay. So when you're going to take up humanities, you are going to study subjects such as sociology, history, economics, literature, philosophy, political science, psychology, geography, and yes, maths. There are art students who actually take up maths, though most of us run away from maths to take up arts. I'm one of them. Okay. So let me just go top arts colleges in Mumbai. Please note, arts now has become so popular and one of the most sought after options that arts in some of these colleges is closing at literally 94 and 95% students. So earlier ऐसे था, डफर लोग आर्ट्स को जाते थे, ऐसे नहीं है अभी. अभी सब टॉप स्टूडेंट्स अपने चॉइस से, अपने चाव से आर्ट्स को जाते हैं, and there is no shame in opting for the arts colleges. So take up the arts stream. You can. So arts का कैसे है कि आप arts का कैसे है, you will be taking up one of these. So you will start with a combination of subjects, say psychology, history, English literature. As you progress through your BA course, you will be able to take up either a double major. So I'm just going to go back to this slide for 1 second. Either you will take up 6 papers in one subject, also known as a major, or you will take up 3 papers in 2 subjects, which is known as a double major, or some colleges offers what is called as a honors program, which is 8 papers. Okay. So what are the different courses and combinations? Okay. So if you take up psychology, one of the most popular options these days is psychology. Okay. About 27, 28 years back, we decided to take up psychology. It was a rather unknown stream, and people said, what will you do with psychology? Let me tell you, I'm very proud. My organization is going to be 25 years old today, and it's one of the most fulfilling work that I do. I work in two spaces. I work as a career counselor and guide students for different career options. I work for psychometric assessments. I conduct a variety of psychometric assessments. And most importantly, I'm a trauma-focused therapist who works with young adults and helps them work through their traumatic histories and behavioral issues. So it's become a very, very specialized course. And the various specializations offered are clinical psychology, counseling, industrial, social, special education, rehabilitation counseling, and educational psychology. Very popular these days. These are some of the premier institutes in India and in Mumbai. And what are some job openings? Hospitals, private clinics, schools, colleges, corporate houses, NGOs, social workers, teaching, independent practice. So lots of career options for psychologists nowadays. Okay. Then we have history. So I know history is not one of the most preferred and sought after options. Most kids, when I go to schools, they say, सबसे नापसंदी subject कौन सा, तो बोलते हैं history है. But dear students, history is what it makes us. It's through history we learn what happened in the past, what went wrong in the past, what went right in the past. And actually history is, we are here today because of history, because of historical learnings. Okay, so specializations in history are in archaeology, which is the study of ancient culture, museology, museum studies, numismatic study of coins, epigraphy, inscriptions, and there's conservation and heritage management also. So very exciting. Unfortunately, these are offered as BA, but unfortunately, jobs are not too many. So, honestly, foreign countries have better options, but here currently in India, you have the Archaeological Survey of India and private museums who are hiring museologists and historians. Writing history is becoming very important because writing, blogging, creating, digital content in history is very important. If you have heard of someone called as one Mr. Allahabadi, he has some amazing podcasts on Indian history. So those who are interested in history can look that up. You have, so you can get into historical and cultural research institutes. You can get into travel and tourism organizations. You can get into conservation and heritage. India is slowly waking up to heritage management, and we are now going out to conserve our heritage and our forts and our historical monuments. So there are jobs. It's not that there are no jobs, but you need to be passionate to pursue this career. You can be a researcher, writer, educator. Okay, so lots of things in history, but remember, you need to be passionate and driven to take this career up. Economics is one of the big ones that's happening in the economics field. There's business economics, there's agricultural, financial, labor, international, industrial, developmental economics, premier institutes. Please note now, economics and psychology are offered both as BA and BSc programs. The name is BSc, but it's open to art students. Okay, check NMIMS out. It's offering a BSc psychology as well as a BSc economics. In this thing, one thought of caution: if you're looking at economics, you need to have good maths. Maths is the cornerstone. Maths, or rather computation, is the cornerstone of economics, because ultimately a subfield called econometrics, where you're metricizing or you're creating data analysis out of economics, is what is trending and is going to trend futuristically. So the BSc program has huge loadings of maths in it. So if you are someone who hates maths, not able to cope with maths, economics is not the subject for you. Okay, so very important. The financial sector is open for all economics graduates. Huge opportunities, MBA finance, lots of finance-based courses. You have teaching, you have business journalism, You have the UPSC, the Indian Economic Services, you have the Reserve Bank. You can also go for the regular UPSC options, that's the Indian Civil Services or the Indian Foreign Services or the Indian Post, the whole lot of 26 different exams or openings that come under UPSC, and the very specialized Indian Economic Services. So lots of options for economic students. Geography, so different specializations in geography. Foreign languages are doing really well. Teaching, interpretation, archiving. So different trending French, German, Japanese, Spanish are trending very well. There's Mandarin, which is trending hugely. Okay. So these are different options you can get into through foreign languages. Frankly and honestly, teaching is the most lucrative of them. Okay. You have sociology, different sociology specializations. And I'm just going to move through because we still have commerce and general to set up. And you have political science. Political science these days is becoming very popular. Reason being, for those who are civil services aspirants can get into it. You can also get into a lot of social sciences. These are social sciences. So civil rights, public and government policy services, getting into teaching, public affairs, international relations, law could be a very good option for those taking up political science, media, government service, and politics itself. So, there is a trend of young people entering politics, which is what we need. We need young thoughts. We need disciplined minds. We need to reinvent the politics of India. So those who feel they want to make a difference to society, you can do so by taking up politics and then actually entering politics with your political science degree. Philosophy, literature, which you can do in English literature as well as French or German or any of the vernacular literatures also. Okay, so I'm going to move through this. Maths. And here I am going to stop. I am going to hand over the session to Radhika, who will cover two very important segments. I understand it's a lot of information, but it's necessary to go through this.
Thank you, ma'am. That was wonderful. Just a suggestion, maybe look at questions and then move ahead. So there are some specific questions for you.
Okay, so I think I will circle back to the fintech courses later. In engineering and solar power plant is there. There is solar BTech and solar engineering. In a bit, I will paste the institute which you could. I will just post the institute which you could do. There's a question for Radhika which she will take up later. So you want to opt for BTech in computer science? Can I have a minor in engineering? For instance, aerospace? Well, yes, you'll have to search the minors out. So, some of the deemed universities that we've talked about, like SRM or Manipal, have the combination of the majors and minors option. So you will have to search what kind of minors are there and which minors can be. I think IIT offers this kind of a combination, some of the IITs, but those not being able to get into IITs because everyone can't get into IITs. You will need to get it. You will need to, research what minors are being offered by some of the private deemed universities. Bioanalytical courses. Yes, Meghal, what I will do is, again, I will post you a relevant link which you can access. And, so bioanalytics is a combination of biological sciences, say life sciences, genetics. They have now been clubbed with analytical sciences. So, for example, you will have bioinformatics, which is combining bioinformatics, data sciences. So, using of certain specialized softwares, doing data analysis, crunching data. Data is very important for research, and research is something that fuels more development and, drug development, clinical trials, etc., etc. Genome mapping, something that was game changing during the pandemic. All this is done under the bioanalytics wing. Okay, or the umbrella. Yes, linguistic tutoring. I'm not very clear about this question. So Samarthya, please just post what exactly do you mean by linguistic tutoring? And there is one more question. What could be better courses in specializations after IT, CS engineering? IT, CS engineering is, I think I gave you an entire list of courses which are trending now. You can do this, but most importantly, if you have, so there are two things that what happens after a IT or CS is either they go for a master's, MTech or an MS, or they move into an MBA. So that's the typical trend that's happening. But AI, machine learning, mechatronics, data sciences, data analytics, these are all the trending courses. Okay, so let me also drop you certain links to whoever I can help out with on the chat while Radhika is doing her bit. Yes, language, teaching languages is a very lucrative option. In fact, Radhika can give you more options because she herself is a French language tutor. But see, with so many international schools coming up, linguistic tutoring, or what you say is language teaching, foreign language teaching has got a huge impetus. So if you have the right certifications from the right institutes, you could be very well employed. Okay, handing over to Radhika, and I will circle back to fintech courses, and I will also post whatever is relevant for the queries.